Welcome back to the solution. We got our runtime here with some predefined accounts like Alice, Bob, Charlie, and we set the balance for Alice to 100. Down here, we start constructing our block. For that, we first create a header with the block number 1. This is important. We're gonna test out in a second why. And here are our extrinsics. We use the macro vector and specify a few of them. For example, Alice sends to Bob 30 token, and down here Alice sends 20 token to Charlie. After we've constructed the block, we put it into our execute block function, and if it fails, we panic and print invalid block. Now, if I go ahead and execute it, we'll see it works. Nice. What if we, for example, now say that Alice is sending to Bob 300 tokens instead, and we set for Alice 100 tokens, so that's more than she actually has. This will error, but how will it error? Will be this case here triggered? Will we panic because the block becomes invalid, or will be the error message somewhere printed and that's it? Let's take a look at our model, which we specified earlier. We've got this loop through the extrinsics, and all the errors which are caused by the extrinsic, they bubble up, but they are caught here and just printed out. So in order for us now to create an error which is gonna panic, we need to create it somewhere outside. And we're gonna test it now. Let's run, and here we've got an extrinsic error, not enough funds. This is not triggering our panic, but if we now change it to the block number 2 and run cargo run, it does panic. Why is this happening? If we take a look at our execute block function, we've got here the increment block number, and our system palette holds a block number, and initially it's 0. Then it's being incremented by 1, and this is a mismatch between our provided block number 2. And we get this error returned. So this case is then being triggered. I want to make 2 quick notes. First, in a real blockchain node, if an invalid block is received during import, the node simply marks this as invalid and discards it. It does not panic or change the state. Here the panic makes sense because we expect the block to be valid. And if not, it probably means there's a bug in our code. Second, having a single entry point like execute block means that as we add more palettes or extrinsics, we just build richer, more complex blocks. But the overall execution flow stays clean and centralized.